Welcome to Spirit of Self 747. We are actually going to be doing an awesome topic today, and it's going to be the shadow, so the light and the dark of love. So the shadow side and the light side of love. A lot of people don't realize that there are, love is love. It's wonderful. It's great. It's powerful. But we have a light and a dark side of our love. And so the reading is going to be about that. So if you're just kind of wondering, what the shadow side of your love is, this reading is for you. Also the light side. So this is how people, you perceive yourself and the things that you do, behave, and think, and how other people perceive it. But this is basically for self-awareness, something that I think that everybody needs to be aware of. So this is going to be, does your love have a shadow side? The answer is yes, but a lot of people don't know it. And you need to know both. You need to know both sides of the coin. So both sides of the one extreme to the other. So whatever you don't want, you need to flip that to the other side of the spectrum of what you do want, right? So sometimes the shadow side will come out to, it's not bad energy. It's just what it is. It's just a shadow side. We have to love all of us. So this will help you with having unconditional love with partner, with anybody, your partner, your family, friends, your children, anything. This is basically how your spirit wants to communicate to you how you love, the dark and the light of your love. Okay? Don't let it scare you. I feel a lot of people that are watching this going, whoa, what? The dark side? So what we're going to do, it's going to actually be a pretty neat reading, is we're going to put up the light side and the dark side energy here, and then we're going to draw some tarot on this side to kind of dive in deeper, and tarot on this side, and then we're going to put some cards down here to teach you or confirm for you how to integrate those to give yourself balance. Okay, so this is balancing your the light and the darkness of love. Okay, I think that's what I'll call this video. And kind of this is actually going to be very fun. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Put these over here. Going to be using several decks, so hopefully you can see that okay. If you want to book a private reading, you can in the description box below. It is there and available to you to do so. Just email me. Okay, so let's basically see what is the light side of your love. What is the light side, spirit? What is the light side? And I'm sorry if I sound congested. My allergies are just living me. Okay, so the light side, please. The light side of the love, please. Light side of love. Light side of love, please. Light side of love. Sorry, this takes a while. The light side of love, please. Okay, we have on the light side and the dark side. The dark side of love. The dark side of love. Dark side of love. And this is actually a compass, and this is actually, I don't know if you can see that, but that's actually a heart, an actual human heart. It's kind of cool. The dark side, please. The dark side. Okay, on the dark side is take risks. And that actually is a goat on a mountain. You know, goats can actually climb like a 90-degree angle. That's crazy. Okay. So this is the light and the dark. I'm going to put those over there. And then here, let's kind of go in, and I want to see an overall. Actually, I'm going to wait for those. So, this is the tarot deck that I'm using on the right side. So, just give us deeper explanation on the light side of love for the collective, please. Man, yeah, I'm feeling that there's this like void, or like this like you can't see in the dark type of feeling. So weird. I don't know what that's about. Just need clarification, please, Spirit. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to face these down, and then I'll flip them up as we go, okay? The right side, please. Oh, well, I guess that wanted to flip out. Sorry, that goes there. One more, please. Hopefully y'all can see me shuffling those. Thank you. The bottom of this deck, this is actually the moon. This is about, man, so there's different stages of the emotions here. This could be dealing with family. Let's do the dark side, please. Dark side, if we can get confirmation or validation, or whatever we want to call it, I guess. What is the dark side? Or the collective, or whoever is watching this. To shed the light on the dark. Oh, it was funny. Okay. Okay, one more. Okay, and hopefully you can see all this. Actually, I'm going to move these over just a smidge. There we go. Okay, wow, these are popping out like crazy. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we already had 3. Bam, bam, bam. Sorry, I'm just trying to fill these. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Yep. On the bottom of this deck is, this is a message of love. Okay. This is a spiritual message of love. This is actually an Egyptian deck, and it is depicted of the Knight of Cups. Okay, but this is spirit. This is eagle, an eagle's view, a bird's eye view. It's actually kind of funny. I'm gonna put these over here, and then these cards right here are basically going to be influences. So I'm going to put one here. This is what's influencing the dark side, and over here what's influencing, or actually this is kind of how people, the outside influence sees you, sees this part of you. Okay. Okay. So we have the explorer, and then we have the taking risk. I think that's kind of so a lot of you are you're trying to find your way in what or how you love, who you love, and you know that everybody says why do I love this person, or why do I love this way, or why do I keep getting in this relationship? It's because you're exploring your options. Okay, it looks like you're keeping your eye open for something that is more concrete, more real. You're looking for that. Okay, and so that's kind of, you know, it's kind of like we put our you know, when we first meet someone and they don't really know us, and we have this certain hat that we wear, and so you're kind of exploring. This is options, exploring options. the taking risks, the darker side of it, you know, people might be feeling shameful about how they get pleasure. For instance, you know, especially women, they tend to, you know, we have this cultural shame about our seeking pleasure without commitment, or about, you know, just kind of being free. I like that word, being free to do what you want to do. And that ram or goat, that however you wanted to pick that on there, is climbing that mountain, and it just seems logistically and mechanically impossible for a goat to climb rocks. I mean, they got hooves, right? But they do it. They have learned how to do that. So maybe that's your shadow side that says this is, you know, and like I said, the shadow side, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's how we judge ourselves that basically we cast, when we cast judgment, we start feeling bad about it. So, okay, so this reading is going to be about that. It's going to be about, you know, exploring what you want, something that is stable, something that is passionate, and that goes along with that pleasure piece. And the take risks part is that, you know, do what you want and feel that is good, okay? Of course, without, you know, obviously harming somebody else. That's a big deal, right? So not against their will. Let's get some ready, willing, and able, you know, participants in whatever you want to do. It needs to be mutual. However, it might be frowned upon, or you think that it is frowned upon. So it's okay to dream a dream, to have fantasy, to, you know, be free and not feel stuck, okay? Okay, there's one more card that wanted to come out, so I'm going to just do that. Okay. Okay, something's about to get shook up here. We might be telling a good story, so let's go for it, shall we? So let's see the light side of you, or do you want to do the dark side? No, we'll do the light side. So I'm going to flip these over so you can see them, and then I will basically kind of explain what I'm seeing. Okay? Wow. Wow, this is great. I hope that you can see those perfectly. That's wonderful. So this here, this compass, the explorer, right? You know, what I'm feeling is that, okay, you're blocking your light because you are feeling, I'm feeling guilt, like something that you are seeing, judging yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be expressive in the manner that you want, and you might not know what that is. Okay, you might be kind of lost in that. But what this is saying is that your lighter side says that you need to have some kind of emotional contentment with love. Your love, when you know, it is on the light side, it is basically abundant. It feels really good. You also, there's a lot of playfulness, almost like kind of like teenagers in love or something like that. That's what it reminds me of. But this also is saying that, you know, you are able to kind of go with not necessarily having emotion, or maybe not emotional connection at a really deep level, but it just needs to be emotionally satisfying. You know, that your love is kind of expressed in that manner, kind of like you love all, and you're really good with your intuition. This is, you know, the High Priestess here. So do you see the kind of the black and the white columns here? But so you're able to kind of almost balance your shadow here. This is really good. Maybe this is where, or you're waiting for you to be able to feel that you're okay with both sides of your love that you express. And this love can be, this could be any shape, form, or fashion. So yes, so this is the Lover's card here in this tarot deck. And you see how these two people, I think this is very important. These two people, of course, here's this huge wall of all these people and these sexual positions, or they're embracing each other, and they've cut out that wall. So you basically are shining this light that, the Lover's card is about making a decision, being divinely guided. But what is supporting that, what's underneath it is you feel stuck in being able to shed your light on love and what love is for you. And I mean, I almost want y'all to see what is behind this lady, which is these this robes and stuff are really like for show. They're fashion. That she's not really bounded there, but she feels like she is because someone told her to be. That she couldn't be this butterfly. She couldn't transform. This maybe has a lot to do with you and puberty, and when you basically went from childhood to puberty, and your body was changing, and what kind of beliefs that happened there. When this is very specific, but maybe someone that was 11 years old. You were 11, and you had this idea of what love is, and then it was kind of taken from you, and maybe this was you weren't shown, or you feel in your mind that you weren't shown how to have love with light, with a concrete, with foundation, and it's time for you to explore that. That's a specific message for somebody. This is a big deal. You let your this is almost like fear, almost like you're being like the light that you have, the light side of your love is that this is conservativeship. You're conservative, but you are wanting it to be more spiritual, more connected, because this is a piece of us that is a huge part of our biological, psychological, social, and spiritual aspects of ourselves. But you're feeling like you can't explore. But let's see what influences this. And look at that, that's Mars. So Mars, what's influencing your light here, or how you're perceiving, or how you're thinking other people perceive your light when it comes to love, has to do, this is Mars, which is masculine energy, which is the ego, okay? So like I said, when we start judging ourselves, when we're trying to have this vision, this seeing, okay, we kind of block out our heart space. And, you have to be able to explore both. So your light side of love is saying, I want to do the right thing, and I want to feel right when I am in love, or when I do love, when I give it, and when I receive it. But it's like you've been waiting a long time to receive, or you feel like you can't receive. You feel like you're stuck. Like these people right here, I mean, this is such a perfect depiction. Okay, you feel like you're all alone in this. But look at this. This is basically, whether you're male or female, this is embracing both masculine and feminine, the physical body, no matter what shape, that's depicted, because, everybody has their own preferences. Everybody has their own preferences. And sometimes we get caught up in what we're supposed to be physically and emotionally and socially, that we forget about who we are because we're too busy trying to be right. And your time is coming to where you're going to be able to explore that. And, this ego energy, look at this guy's all judgmental. I mean, he looks judgmental, like, yeah, I see you, right? He's got all this yellow and stuff, and what is really happening is that he doesn't look like he wants to get up and explore shit. Excuse my language. He didn't want to explore nothing. He knows what's right and wrong. He knows what he wants, right? Or she. And this is stuck in the ego. Okay, that's the Eight of Swords. That's being stuck, but you're not really stuck. Okay, you just think that you are. This lady could get up or take off and run with these butterflies and explore. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying to you. So I'm going to put that right here. That was really good. Hopefully that resonated with y'all. And then here, let's look at this beautiful card. Here's the shadow side of your love, which is taking risks, okay? Doing the impossible. I don't know if anybody knows how the ram or the goat or whatever can climb those 90-degree angles on the rocks and get way up there, but I'd like to kind of research that. This is about, you know, getting your mind blown. Like something's gonna blow your mind. All right, let's see what we got. Sorry if I keep hitting that. Oh, that fell on the floor. Hold on 1 second. If I can reach that. Well, I mean, I cannot get hold of this. Okay, well, maybe that's a sign. There you go. Maybe you're struggling with like grasping this concept of what this actually means for you. So here's your shadow side of love. Okay, your shadow side basically is, you know, yeah, you're not taking the risk. You know, this card depicts of overcoming what seems impossible or what seems taboo, cliche, whatever it is. So how you love, the shadow side here, is that you try to hold on to the ego. You try to hold on to this balance. Everything has to be even and fair. And a lot of times what happens is that in families, everybody has a role, okay? And this Ace of Cups basically kind of depicts that. Everybody comes forth and has a role in the family. And you might, I don't know, depending on your birth order or your birth order is really important with a lot of roles. Dr. Murray Bowen actually wrote or promoted the Constellation of Birth. It's actually a book. It's a really good one. But the Four of Pentacles, which is basically, you know, this water energy. This is an emotional body of holding on to. And this also is about wanting this abundance. Like you have these urges that fulfill you emotionally, but you try to like, it's like you go back to your root chakra system, okay? And you try to be loyal to what your what your parents or caregivers told you to believe about love and the role that you're supposed to play in a relationship. And this Six of Pentacles says that you're constantly looking for an emotional balance. You're constantly wanting an emotional balance, okay? And this, yeah, this Five of Pentacles here is talking about, again, your mind and your emotions, trying to hone them together, right? So you can't really do that when you're talking about love, right? So the shadow side of you says, okay, this is impossible, okay, right? This is not, you're not able to join the mental space and the physical space along with the emotional. So that's body, mind, and spirit, right? So your beliefs are basically holding you back, even though you feel good. And you might even feel guilty about how you love. Or about, this could be, you know, physical affection, or this could be about, okay, you know, I'm just with somebody because it financially is beneficial, which is fine, right? As long as everybody understands their roles and they're okay with it, right? No one says that there's any rules. It's only what you believe in your mind. This is your limbic system that takes place, which is your emotional connectivity in the brain. It is, our belief systems are derived from the emotional impact. So there's an event there with a heightened emotion, and then there is recording. And so if that happens over and over, that's why the root system, the root chakra, which is basically, it's called a tribal belief. It is what we basically come into this world, and the people that care about us and take care of us, we need to be able to latch on and attach to them in order to survive And when we get to up to adolescence, we start to stretch away from that and kind of start forming our own clay, and we start resisting and questioning everything that we've been taught. We want to find it out on our own, and that's what makes us kind of morph into that hormonal state of puberty, and then go into our own relationships, our peers, and then finally we take action and launch off. But a lot of people kind of get stuck in between the loyalty of the family and belief system and culture. This is Mars energy. This is traditional ego energy of this is tradition. This is the way it's supposed to be. And you might want to, you're afraid that you're going to be left out if you go a different way. This is your shadow. So this basically kind of hinders you from exploring. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is about working on, you're wanting to work on this. You actually are in the process of working and trying to balance out the headspace and fair partnership and trying to do that. And so your shadow part of your love keeps this protection here, and you're looking to reshape it. You don't ever lose it. You just, once you become aware of what the shadow is, it doesn't mean change. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to change anything. It just means that you become aware. You become aware. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You just have to become aware. And then once you realize and accept these sides of yourself, then that's where you start to evolve. Excuse me, if you choose. And this basically right here is saying this is the rune for partners, for a marriage. So this, I guess, reading has a lot to do with how you perceive a partnership. It could be any kind. And you've been through a lot. It looks like you've been through a lot and you're really trying to explore. That is completion. This card is about completing your truth. You see that T? That's truth. That's your truth. Okay? Nobody else's but yours. And this is hopefully helping you in some way. Okay, so here we go. We have a Mercury. It's Mercurius is what they call it in this deck. So this is I do believe the planet of Virgo. The Virgo sign. You might be a Virgo, or a Taurus. But so this basically brings us through. You see how this braided weave. This is kind of like our DNA. It looks like a DNA, or could be a DNA looking strand. And basically this is what influences you. So that's kind of like confirmation. And in your headspace, you're like, I really don't fly away. I want to, go away from this. I want to, evolve, kind of like, the angels and that higher perspective. So that's what's influencing your shadow side. And over here on your light side is basically the smell it, taste it, touch it, or the ego influences, kind of what you feel like is happiness. And you need to explore. This is what that's saying. The overall energy of your light is you need to explore, and how you look at the light side of you, and also how the risk that you can take in order to be able to experiment on what feels good to you. And then kind of bringing this together is the Libra, which is just so perfect, isn't it? The Libra, the house of Libra, the Libra sign, sun sign, or whatever, wherever it's at in your chart maybe, it's all about balancing. Libra is the house that basically is, okay, I want a partner, meaning a romantic partner. That is the ultimate goal, and one of the main, okay, I can't talk. It's one of the main attributes of a Libra, okay? This is about balancing this perfect harmony. And this could be self, but I believe that this really is about how you perceive a partnership, a marriage, whether it has to do with any kind of role or any kind of belief system. And this is about your heart space, okay? You're trying to figure that out. You're getting messages. You're getting messages and synchronicities of, you're beginning to, this is questioning. This is really fascinating. Man, yeah, this is really, really nice. Thanks, guys. Okay, now, what we're going to do now is I actually want to see, obviously this is how you're connecting these two, is you basically are balancing. You have to find this balance. And I'm telling you, if as long as you can witness and recognize and be aware of what your shadow is and what your light is, it's both. And some people might only be aware of the shadow side of themselves and not the light, right? It could go either way. But this is really important, is to explore and then take risks, but there has to be a balance. There has to be discernment, okay? So I'm going to pull some cards here on how you can integrate these and balance them even more. Actually, I'm going to use this. This is how we're going to do it. These are my angel cards. Little words of wisdom from the angels. They always seem to kind of put things in perspective. Okay, yeah, so this, as long as you're going to start becoming more and more at ease with the light and dark of love and how you perceive it. And you know, love is a construct, and you have to figure out what your construct is, okay? It's what we believe it to be, okay? I believe love is about freedom, about autonomy, and about connection. So how can you be connected to someone and still remain autonomous? Or autonomy means that you can be independent and also connected. That's also called differentiation. It's a wonderful concept, and that's also about, for some reason, a lot of you, this is about what you were taught, what happened to you when you went through puberty and out of the house, how you were perceived and treated, and what that meant, and that still affects you now, and you're starting to wanting more understanding of self here in your relationships. Okay, can we see if we can get the balance, the connection? We want two your cards, please. Connect. How can they merge the dark and the light of love? The dark and light of love, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, we got a lot there. Bottom of the deck is kindness. And it says, a kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. See, that's what I was talking about. That you need to know the light and the dark. Okay, so we got 4. No, I'm sorry, we got 5. So